Well, hello there. Welcome to a fresh, new, and exciting Tuesday Tips with Terry. I hope you are having an awesome day. I know I am, and I'm so happy to be here to talk with you about this very, very important topic about email. Okay, this is kind of part peeve, rant, and part info. Okay, so first and foremost, never put anybody on your list and start emailing them unless they've given you permission to do so. I'll just say that, right? So, Seth Godin, permission based marketing, never email somebody who hasn't said, yes, I would love to hear from you and experience being on your list. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into all the ways you do that, but just don't do it. It's just it's bad form. And it says a lot about your brand. It says a lot about you as a person. And if you're a solopreneur, if you're a speaker or a consultant, and you're just automatically throwing somebody on your list, that will backfire. I will tell you that right now. I go to networking events every now and again. I'm not a huge believer in face-to-face networking because it doesn't have scale, but I am very committed to the National Speakers Association and going to my local chapter meeting, the Florida Speakers Association. Great, great group of people. One of the things that's a pet peeve, though, is I'll meet somebody, we'll exchange cards, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all these emails from them. I'm on their list. They just came in and they just dropped me right into their MailChimp or their Aweber list database. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm not a typical prospect of yours. Second of all, I don't really care about this stuff. And it's like, as soon as I start getting it, I start looking at it with an attitude. And it's not a good attitude because I never gave permission. And this is why people are so opinionated about email and providing their email address. They know they're going to get pitched. They know they're going to be given content that they never said that they agreed to, that is not even relevant to them. And that's the biggest thing that people miss. Like, oh, I just want him to know what I'm doing. So in case he meets somebody or she meets somebody that might be looking for me, I want them to be exposed to it. No, you don't want to do that. Believe me, it will backfire on you. So I don't want to beat a dead horse on that one. But here's what you can do. So for example, a lot of my new clients that come to me will have a list that they started building, I don't know, any 2, 3, 5, even 10 years ago. And it's a list that for whatever reason, they've kind of let go by the wayside. They got busy. For whatever reason, they just stopped communicating. They stopped sending out their newsletter. They ran out of campaigns. Whatever the reason is, they're not touching that list like they were. And a lot of them don't know what to do about that when they're in that situation. So one of the things that I recommend to re-energize an old list is no matter how long it's been, whether it's been a couple months or a couple years, you can re-energize that list, because those people on that list, if you did it right and you didn't just buy a list somewhere and start spamming people, if you did it right and were actually building that list based on your value, who you were, the brand you're trying to build. And if you took care of those people and you gave them good value, they see you as a friendly, so to speak. So just because you haven't talked to them in a while doesn't mean that they don't care anymore. It just means that you're not top of mind with them anymore. You're basically someone that used to email them a while back. So what you want to do is you want to stop for a second and think about where you are in your business life, in your career, in your work. What are you doing now that you weren't doing then? Or what have you expanded or innovated since then? So look at what's changed and use that as a jumping off point to actually create something new that you can invite your list back into. So we were different people then, just like they were different people when we were sending them emails 2, 3 years ago, okay? So what you want to do is you need to, come back out and say, hey, I know I've been gone, right? Well, let me tell you what I've been up to, and let me ask you, what have you been up to? So it's a way to just reconnect with an old friend, right? So what you want to do is you want to create a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 emails that you can send out to this list. The first one's going to be Don't apologize for the fact that you've neglected them. Just say, it's been a while since we've talked. I've missed you. Let me tell you what's so cool and exciting going on. And let's start talking again because I want to know what's going on in your world. Don't make it all about you. Just give them some context and then tell them and link it to an article, link it to this, whatever your call to action is. Get them back into the flow. And the invitation should be gracious. It should have the energy of, thank you for participating in what I've created in the past. And I think you might be interested in what I'm creating now even more. And this is how it will benefit you. So make it about them. Invite them in. And depending on, what you're creating or what you're building or what you're inviting them to, you may want to have like a second email that goes to them again and saying, hey, just wanted to remind you in case you didn't get the first one, because people are weird about email, especially from somebody that they haven't heard from in a while. And then give them another chance to join up and just let it go after that. If they don't sign up, so what you're going to be doing in this email is you're going to be inviting them to sign up to a new list that's from scratch. Yes, I know it's painful, but from scratch, that new list, and that's the people that you're re-engaging with your new you, who you are today, what you're offering today, and all of those things. Because you don't want to regurgitate something they were interested in the past because they may not care anymore. They're in a different place, just like you are. So make it new, make it exciting, make it something you're really, interested in getting them involved with. You really think based on their past interests that they would be interested in this new thing. I do this all the time and it works great. And it works great for my clients too. So the only caveat I have is don't be discouraged if your whole list doesn't sign up for your new list. In fact, you might only get a small percentage of people that come onto your new list. But just understand that the people that are coming onto your new list and re-opting in, they really like you. They really are interested in what you have to say, and they did get value from you in the past. So it will actually do a dual purpose where it will show you, that you did provide value before, and it will show you the loyalty and commitment that your people have, and by signing up again with you. And then you can move on from there and just take care of them from there. But just trust that your new efforts, your social media outreach, your advertising, any of the other things that you're doing to actually generate new leads is what really matters. Old lists are old lists. You can still pump a little CPR on them and get them back to life by doing this process. So what I invite you to do as far as an actionable is to go and look at your lists. How long has it been since you've touched some of them? Since you've reached out and said, hey, how's your world? Blah, blah, blah. This also works for social media. So if you're doing the same kind of thing in social media where for a while you're like posting like crazy and then all of a sudden it was crickets, well, you need to kind of do the same thing again. Hey, I've been busy doing this and I'm back, So just let people know what's going on and share with them your enthusiasm about having them participate in what you're doing today. That's the most important thing. So if you have any questions, email me at terry@better3.com or visit me at better3.com. And you can go ahead and ask away, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.